Hello, beautiful people, and fellow winers, and welcome to another episode of A Little Something, the number two, because there's two of us. Wine About with your host, Siobhan Camille,
Anti-A Michelle.
where sips get real and we wine while we wine. It is for Wednesday, which means this one is for the culture. Okay. And yeah, it's not just this year we're doing a little different, y'all. Last year for the culture was for the culture, for the culture with a K, for the peoples. This one is for the culture in general. We just gonna talk about American culture, the stuff that's out here. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, the topics we have lined up this year include toxic, that word, include just it's a lot of stuff. We're gonna use a lot of these buzzwords and we're gonna address them because God, we keep changing definitions of stuff. Vaccine. So this today we're gonna be talking about cancel culture. So just be with us or cancel it right now. If you choose to stay on the couch with us, grab your glass of red, white, rosé, Pinot de Agua, whatever else you got going on, and let's get into this.
Yeah, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, like she said, we real debatable. I created that word a couple weeks ago, and I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna stick beside him. So we up for the debaticals this season, y'all. This year. And we know cancel culture has been talked about over and over and over again, but we wanted to talk about it because I think we have, I think generationally we have recognized what it is, but let's really kind of dig into it a little bit just for a little while. Y'all know we're gonna whine a little bit for this hour about it, and then we're gonna move on. But we're gonna take some stuff away from it. Some more stuff, because we've done a good job with kind of canceling cancel culture. But we still got some work to do. So we're gonna talk about it so we can continue to do the work. Okay? But before we dig a little deeper, we're gonna get into our next segment of the show, which is our popping grapes experience. For those who are new, if you don't know, this is the part where we introduce the wines that we will be sipping on while we talk about this wonderfully juicy topic. We call it popping grapes because most of the wines will be our first time tasting, so you'll get our first and natural reaction to us tasting the wines and our honest reviews and our last segment, which is our cheers to that, at the end of the show. So stay with us, stay tuned, come talk to us a little bit, sit down, and let's get this show popping. So, Sissy, what is your wine of choice for this popping grapes experience?
So I have a 2019 Two Vines Gewurztraminer. So it's a Gewurztraminer by Two Vines out of Washington State. This is my second favorite wine type. My first is Vidal Blanc. I started with that. My third is Pinot Grigio. I did that last week. So we coming back to second with this Gewurztraminer. Wow, this really, I got a Michelle wine because there's nothing informational about this wine.
Oh, okay.
It's just talk about in nature and grapevines in general.
I mean, there's that.
So yeah, I mean, we here.
Okay.
Y'all stick with me at the end of the show. I got a comment to make about this.
Oh.
About this bottle. I got comments, but I'm not gonna do it now. I'm not gonna do it now.
Oh, y'all know. If y'all don't know, you will know. Just stay tuned. I have my second favorite type of wine, which is Riesling. Y'all know my first choice is always a Chardonnay. Okay. And I did my third choice the first week of us picking our favorite types, which is a Pinot Grigio or Pinot Gris. Yes, we know they're not the same grape, but they are both my number three. So I had to bring up my number two, And that is a Riesling. This time I have the Eroica Riesling. It is by come on, say it. Saint Michele.
Oh, Chateau Saint Michele.
Yes, I couldn't think of the word, and we just said it. It was just crazy. Chateau Saint Michele and Dr. Lucen. So it's a combination of two different wineries. They've come together and designed this particular brand of Riesling. So I'm excited. I see a little bit of bubble action going on. So we shall see. We shall see. Let's see if two heads are certainly better than one. Okay. So okay, let's start with how did this topic come along? Buzzwords, honestly, and things that Siobhan and I have had previous conversations on, and we just get tired of because it is nonsense. It makes absolutely no sense. Y'all know a couple years ago, cancel culture became a big thing. Oh, R. Kelly canceled him, which he rightfully so deserved to be canceled, but I was never a fan to begin with. I don't believe I can fly. Like, that's just stupid to me. I hate that song. Like, it's dumb.
I like that song, but I do see some things
Step
wrong
in
with
the
it.
Name of Love.
I like the beat for that, but you can just play the instrumental.
I'm be honest, give me about 30 seconds and then I'm over it, because the flute, okay, whatever. I'm over it. Like, I'm not, you're right, my dad, yeah, my G. Okay,
I couldn't do the whole, I don't see nothing wrong.
I see a lot wrong with
I see some stuff wrong with the bump and grind, guys. I see it. It's wrong.
Okay. Like, I was never the fan.
Yeah, I was never a Robert Kelly fan like that. I wasn't.
So there was that. So didn't care. The canceling of Bill Cosby, I'm not agreeing with the most in this. So he's still in my house. Period.
The canceling of Chrisette Michele.
That
was stupid. I'm
sorry.
It was
absolutely dumb. Y'all canceled this girl so much that she done went gospel and she made, and I love it, and y'all know me. I'm Christian, for real. I don't like her gospel music. I want to see Chrisette Michele, so I think of being your girlfriend. I love that song so many times. Like, oh, I know the whole album. Loved it. Her voice is freaking amazing. Even in gospel, it's amazing. But I don't think she should have had to switch her genre because y'all didn't like the fact that she stuck in the daggone narration.
But y'all have yet to really and true. But it took y'all forever, and you still haven't yet really and truly canceled R. Kelly. My issue with cancel culture is it's inconsistent, and it shows a lot of where biases really lie in society because of who you cancel and why, and who you don't, and why.
You'll cancel Janet Jackson, but not Justin Timberlake. Well, he apologized, nigga. No, come. Y'all, it's a titty. How many y'all ain't canceled Girl Gone Wild? No, and I don't want to hear it was a Super Bowl, it's a family thing. How many kids really sitting down watching the daggone Super Bowl?
I went to Super Bowl parties as a kid. You know where we were? Upstairs or in the basement, in the kids' room playing games. We were not watching the TV. We watched the TV if a commercial came on, and we knew a commercial came on because all the adults got loud. Again, you could tell the change in tone from, oh, touchdown to, oh, commercials on. People announced that the commercials were coming on.
Literally, even in the halftime, like we know as a child, I was a Janet Jackson fan. But that daggone flash was only 2.3. The pictures are even blurry. If you go to try to look, that's how fast it was. But y'all gonna cancel Janet Jackson because she didn't apologize? Oh, but as soon as this boy come on and whine and lie, which he later on came out and said it was a damn lie, which we already knew. Bitch, I don't affect it. my issue with cancel culture is when you are affecting other people's livelihood and not taking into account reality.
Right. When you canceling off of foolishness, if you're going to cancel, this is, I guess, my other big thing about cancel culture. I'm all for a movement, but why is it that most of the movements that get traction in this country, and by this country, I mean the US for those who are not listening from in the US, but y'all probably hear these accents are all types of American. Why is it y'all can only get a movement and power around something if it's negative? Why is it cancel culture gets all of this press, all of this, tear them down in their career, don't ever want to hear from them again, destroy them, make them broke, ruin them. But where's that same energy then for, I don't know, save the trees? I mean, it sounds basic, but even still, you know what I'm saying? Smokey the Bear, let's stop wildflowers. Children's education, let's educate these kids for real. And not with the foolishness that people are trying to put in schools right now. Where's all of this when it's something actually really beneficial to society as a whole? Whether the flash was real or not, is not impactful to society as a whole. Guess what? That Super Bowl was how many years ago? You know what's important and what's been important over that time? The education your kids are getting or not getting. You know what's been important over that time? Your marriage or your relationship and whether or not it ended in divorce or not. You know what's been important over that time? Whether or not these babies being born that everybody wants to be born are not going to become one of the 400,000 that are already in foster care and unlikely to get adopted because it takes 3 years for most to get adopted. That's what matters. Not whether or not there was a flash, not whether or not Chrisette Michele sang at an inauguration for all of 15 daggone minutes. But if you want to cancel somebody, then cancel the dude who is a known pedophile. Because what he did was illegal. What Chrisette Michele did was not illegal.
It's just something that you didn't like. It was just something that you didn't
you didn't agree with.
You didn't agree with. And that's the other part. Let's understand that we all are not going to agree. That's the other part of cancel culture. It was, oh, well, if you're not completely with us, then you're against us. No. Because realistically, I can see both sides of things because I have something called logic, because I can think for myself. Like, I am just not going to jump on this bandwagon. And the thing is, with the whole thing about cancel culture, cancel culture literally fed the news lines.
Yes.
Like, literally, literally fed them this. So it's like, had y'all not said nothing for real, they would have had to go find this to make this a thing. And then they would have had to find it and really push it. Like back in the day, news, first of all, it was a whole different story. It wasn't just a trending topic. But that's the other part. You are canceling things off of trending topics. The thing is, the operative word there is trending. That's what's popular right now. That's not substantial. 2 months from now, you're not going to remember it. Or you're going to be like, oh, yeah, we did do something like that. Because it's a trend. It's what's in right now. And I feel like when cancel culture came about, it was what was in right now. Now, the problem is the lasting, the leftover residue that is left behind.
But that's to your point. You did this trending, cancel this person, cancel this person, cancel this person. But now their entire career or livelihood that they worked years and decades for is canceled because you didn't like something they did. Not, again, if what they did was illegal, whole nother thing. You didn't like it. Is that really a reason to cancel this person or this company? And I understand that some things are just morally reprehensible, like, sexism, racism. I'm not talking about the big stuff. I'm talking about singing at an inauguration. I'm talking about an accidental flash. I'm talking about that type of stuff. That's here today, gone tomorrow.
Right. And even now with us saying, okay, cancel culture is trash and this, that, and the other, there are some things that definitely need to be canceled and addressed. Like the racism, like the sexism, like some of these companies thinking that, oh, it's okay to put a kid in a monkey shirt.
Yeah.
And it says,
or the, what was it, the Juneteenth ice cream? But you don't, but to that point, you don't have to cancel the whole company. You could just be like, y'all, cancel
this item.
This gotta go. This gotta go. But that whole cancel culture is a microcosm of what's wrong with the world in the bigger thing.
Mm-hmm.
You have an issue in your relationship, a moment. Your dude left the dishes in the sink. Cancel them. No, sir, let's work on this. Your girlfriend went out late and didn't come home till like 3 in the morning. I'm gonna cancel her. Well, wait, where was she? Was she with her best friend who was crying her eyes out and she forgot to call?
Was she with her mama?
Was she with her mother? Where was she? Oh, you know what? He didn't answer the phone when I texted him 5 times today. I'm gonna cancel him. What? Oh, you know what? Yeah, when I pressed up on her, she didn't give me sex when I wanted it. So I'm gonna cancel her. See, that's the problem. Canceling the big things off of a small infraction. I think it was Walmart. Was the Juneteenth ice cream stupid? Absolutely.
Ain't nobody cancel Walmart.
But it's
nobody holler cancel Walmart.
No.
Nobody. Like, that wasn't even in anybody's thought process. It was, don't buy that ice cream. If nothing else, send letters. We're outraged. To me, that was probably one of the best responses in a long time that I have seen.
Cancel the product, not the company. My thing is, if you had a whole issue with Chrisette Michele singing, and I don't know why she just keep popping in my head, probably because she was last. I really don't follow cancel culture. She was the last one I really know. Go pull her up or ask her, why we do this? Why did you do this?
This is the thing. She went on plenty of interviews and they were like, oh, well, did you know about the Black Lives Matter movement? She was like, yes, if you watch it, I mentioned it. Everything they came to her with, she was like, but I did. I said that. Like, I was bringing up
because people didn't really
because y'all was so fast to cancel her. We're not watching it. She shouldn't be there. She actually was there and used that platform in a manner to benefit what your cause is, but you're sitting here canceling her. I mean, I need for us to dig a little deep. I need for us to truly investigate things. Like when the thing came out with Bill Cosby, I'm not going to keep bringing up Mr. Kelly. Bill Cosby, you had a lot of people going, oh, no. You had a lot of people go, yeah, he did it. But it was so many people who were like, why are we here? This
was one of those.
How many years ago? And think about the realistic ones. Think now, not saying that being taken advantage of, drugged, or anything is ever right in any time since. However, there are some, we have always been people, realistically, to say, to avoid certain things, you don't put yourself in certain predicaments. Where was that same notion? No, that does not give the person a right to do X, Y, and Z. However, you do have to look at your side of things. That's 1. 2, the time, the era, and the entertainment industry of what it was back then, let's be real. Let's be real. The Harvey Weinstein, like, that was a thing. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was that era. Not saying it was right, but it was that era.
Historical context is important.
It's important.
We have to really stop. That's a whole nother one for another time that I want to go down.
We have to stop trying to negate that. But then on the other side, look at all the whole thing. Look at the whole thing. So yes, that happened, but why now? Why now? And I don't want to hear, I wanted to set myself free. You could have set yourself free in therapy. That didn't mean you had to go tell everybody what happened. So I don't want to hear that was you setting yourself free. That's a lie. You wanted attention. And I'd rather you be honest. I wanted the attention. I wanted y'all to know. Oh, okay. Okay. And take whatever comes with that. Period. In reference to him, like, there's also politics involved in this. You know, he was getting ready to do what? Purchase an entire network. If everybody knows your history, we know what this man has done for the Black community. God forbid he purchases a network.
Right.
Because it won't be an Oprah. And I'm sorry for all you Oprah lovers out there. She's a sellout. Period. An intelligent sellout. So because of that, it won't be, and I don't care how much work she do with Tyler Perry, because Tyler Perry right there, and I love him, and I watch his shows, but he right there to me too. He on that line as well, because as much as he does for the culture, he also damages it in itself. So that's the thing. But Bill didn't, when he was building up us, he was building us up. Now we didn't know all the backhand stuff. But he was building us up. So imagine that figure buying an entire network, y'all.
It's also funny.
Come on, y'all.
It's also funny the rush to cancel him, but people still put a whole lot of the presidents up on pedestals, and a lot of them were some janky people in their personal lives.
Rapists. Do you not think
rapists, slave owners, potentially?
But these are our great leaders. You know, we're going to build statues and carve their faces in mountains.
And to the point, we are not saying that should be taken away. If they did great things politically, they did great things politically. Bill Cosby did great things in entertainment, in Black entertainment, and in general entertainment, because white people love the Cosby Show. He did Asians, Hispanic, everybody loved the Cosby Show back in the day. Different world was what it was, and we appreciate it, okay? So what we're saying is, being able to separate.
Period. Yeah.
Being able to separate. Because again, it comes down to, as said in the beginning, as was stated in the beginning, consistency in your enforcement. And that's what's never been in this country. There's not equal enforcement for anything. It's never, oh, yeah, it's okay. Basically, in this, it's okay. Sorry, I'm gonna say it like this. Whatever. It's okay if the white dude did it. The old white man did it. The old Black man, now we gotta take him down. It's okay if the Black dude did it. This thing over here, Robert Kelly, but the Black chick over here, cancel her, Chrisette Michele. That's what we're saying. Like, but the infractions were either similar, because again, you talking the founding fathers who were rapists, slave owners, potentially wife abusers. We don't really know what woman was going to say one thing against her husband back in those days. Nobody, especially if he was a president. So it's potential. Can't guarantee it did happen. Can't say it didn't. Really don't know. But you got all of that. But then you scream cancel for Bill Cosby, who, again, we are not saying what he did was right. What we're saying is just that they all did wrong in their personal lives. But you only harp on cancel. One of them.
I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish. This is my thing. Put the shoe on the other foot. So we should cancel you for all the wrong that you do in your personal life?
Right.
Because nobody's perfect. And I can almost guarantee about 98, if not 99% of us, the things that we do at home, we don't want put out there in the street, because one is private and everybody may not agree with it. But you quit to cancel, point the finger, diminish and degrade this person, and they may literally be trying to work on it. They may have past this, and now here you come.
They have, as we said in another episode, what's in a name, the whole name thing that we did for the culture last year. You have somebody who may be trying to move forward. Shout out to Meta World Peace, formerly known as Ron Artest, who is trying to do better with their lives. And you keep bringing up stuff that they did 5 years ago. You keep bringing up something in Bill Cosby's case that he did 20 years ago. And again, not saying he shouldn't be held accountable for that. Absolutely. But again, as she said, why was it made as big as it was? There are other ulterior motives. Everybody that's quick to get behind you when it's a thing of negativity, because that's what it is. Everybody that's quick to get behind you is to go against, we have a common enemy. I know the saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. It's not true. It's not true, and it's never been true. The enemy of your enemy is still your enemy. Just because both of
same way
y'all
they
had
flipping on you, on them, they gonna flip on you because that's not your friend.
they are standing next to you with guns pointed at them, and the minute they're done with that, they got a knife in your side. I can take both of y'all out because you got your guard down. I don't.
And they may be your front. See, this is the thing. And see, the reason behind it saying is because they're gonna link up with you because they know you're a powerful force together. Because there's this other powerful force that neither one of us may be able to beat separately. So we can join up and then we can defeat them. But as soon as we defeat them, now all we got to do is face each other. And everybody's thinking, oh, well, I'm stronger than this person, so they're gonna be easy for me to take out. So they're gonna flip on you regardless because they are not your friend.
No. But that even goes down to the whole, again, why is it so easy, and it's a thing socially, for people to get together over negativity, and be that whether it's social media comments, because a lot of cancel culture lived, thrived, bred, and was born on social media, which is just a whole barrel of negativity to start with.
Yeah.
But that's what it was. Oh, we canceling them? Oh yeah, cancel them. And here's what I will also say about cancel culture. I have an issue if you were like, oh, I'm canceling Bill Cosby. I'm canceling R. Kelly. I'm canceling the president. I'm canceling Chrisette Michele. Cool. But why do you need the validation of random
everybody else
and everybody else? You can't sit in a room and be like, I'm not dealing with this anymore. Why is it that people need that validation? And I across the board and whatever is happening in your life, you have to be secure and stable in whatever it is you feel. If you're like, yo, I'm ending this relationship, do you really need to go to your sisters, your friends, your cousins, your aunties for them to all be like, yeah, girl, leave them. If you've decided to leave. If you go to all, so I'm thinking about leaving him, not stay. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking about leaving him. Why are you looking for validation and agreement? Because you're the one that's gonna have to be in our relationship anyway. And the same goes for men. You the one that have to deal with that. If you don't want R. Kelly playing in your house, don't have R. Kelly playing in your house. But you don't have to go out here and be like, cancel, done, not doing it. It's over. There are a bunch of brands that I've been like, you know what? Carol's daughter. I used to buy them back before she sold to whoever. Have I since? No. And part of it is the formula changed. Is the bigger part, quite honestly. But I don't need to run the social media and be like, we all canceling Carol's daughter, right? Because part of it is people feel the need to be included. You want to feel included. And that just shows how miserable people are in their real lives when you are running to the internet for validation by strangers you don't even know, will never know. And their profile picture's not even real.
They probably don't care. And if you give them something, they're going to turn on you too.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why we say what we say. Yeah, we up for the debate. We don't care. We probably get canceled before anything because we're not going to agree with the masses on most things. One thing I will say, and I feel like part of this is generational. Even cancel culture is generational because think about it. Our parents, with all the Michael Jackson, which all the stuff that came out or he was accused of allegedly. Guess what our parents did? They bought Thriller, they bought Bad,
and they would buy all this and say what? But I'm not gonna send my kid to his house. Period. Because there was the separation. As a musician and an entertainer, I'm with you on your business. Personally, send my kid to your residence? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And that's where it was.
But we do that in real life with family or people this is what gets me. You do this with people you actually know, though. Mm-hmm. You can literally go to somebody and be like, yo, she slays hair. But I would never hang out with her. Or the opposite. Yo, she great to hang out with. I would never go into business with her. Ever. Would never do it. So if you can make that distinction between personal and professional in your real life, why can you not do the same in this?
In your social life, like why?
If you don't need validation from everybody else to tell you not to deal with your brother who does things to little kids that you're aware of, why do you need a million people to tell you, oh yeah, we all canceling Shay's Moisture. Yeah, we all canceling R. Kelly. We all canceling Bill Cosby. You're canceling random celebrities and companies that don't know you. But you don't need that validation for your cousin or for your brother or somebody actually know. Like, what?
Depending on how big the person, company, or whatever it is, you can say you cancel them. But, and the same people that we were just saying would be rah right behind you would literally be on their phone like this. And I'm going right to their website because I need, and I know they got it.
Yo, it's funny you say that because y'all, all that makes me think of was when everybody was so anti big business and the 1%. We hate the 1%, can't stand the 1%, protest the 1%. We're gonna be
right on Amazon.
On Amazon or on Amazon on your phone. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, y'all. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Your iPhone, Apple, that's a 1% big company. Amazon, that's a 1% big company. Sorry. Hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Oh, they did all this for June. They did all this for this, but I need some tissue. Groceries.
All of y'all screaming cancel big business. I'm not dealing with the big business, but where y'all at? Man, I'm a Facebook you where we at. Facebook, y'all, is a big tech company. Y'all don't even realize how much sense you don't make. So the whole thing is, if you're really, and to her point also, some of the stuff you like, yo, I'm canceling them. Do you know how many subsidiaries that company has? Are you sure? Do you know how many people? Do you know what umbrella that's under?
Look, let me tell you, see, and I'm gonna say it like this. See, because as in my job, coordinating conferences, we have a group, an organization, association that has a lawsuit against Nestle. They wanted to order drinks, waters, juices, and such and such. Mm-hmm. I was like, great. And they were like, yeah, but it can't anything be made by the company, Nestle, or any of its affiliates. Oh, okay. I'm thinking, great, this should be fine. Y'all.
Nope. Because all people mostly think is like candy bars, but they own like water, they own drinks.
They own waters, they own juices, they own soda, they're connected with, I'm not going to say the other companies, but like some other large, like they're associated heavily with those companies.
There's so much.
It's so much stuff that you not know that if you really going to cancel, I need for us to be thorough. Like, be thorough, be consistent. These are my last points because I really don't have too much more to say. Be thorough, be consistent, know your, like, make your why, like,
make sense.
Substance. Like, make it have some substance, like, for real. Make it make sense. And be prepared to stick with it. Like, I'm gonna stick beside him, like, for real. Like, I'm gonna need you to stick beside your decisions. But this is the other thing. If you come to the place where you go, you know what? I was canceling this and I stood my ground and you met all of those things that I just named. You checked them all off. But something had to change your heart. Please understand that that's okay. Even with the extremists, let's just say Chris Brown. They just did this whole thing where they didn't want him to perform or something at one of the award ceremonies. First of all, we didn't watch that award ceremony anyway. Don't know why I cared. But we would have watched it just for what he was doing. So let's get that straight. Why are we still canceling Chris Brown specifically for Rihanna? This woman
is chilling,
had moved on, living her best life. She ain't even holding on to it. So why are we? That's one. Two, I'm sure there has to be some sense of growth. I don't know how much, but I'm sure there's been some lesson learned in some way, shape, or form. 3, y'all don't know the facts of what happened.
Nope.
So,
my thing is gonna be this. Don't be trendy. Like to the point of be substantive in your cancel and have a good reason. If you have that, you will not be trendy. Right. 2, before you cancel a person, really look at a bigger totality. Here's my thing about Chrisette Michele specifically. And honestly, I'm really not a big Chrisette Michele fan. For anybody like, oh my gosh, she's standing for Chrisette Michele. It's really not that. It's that the Chrisette Michele thing to me, I had questions. If y'all know me, that's like I have questions. Here are my questions. These are my questions. Please comment in the chat. Here's my question. For those who were like, cancel Chrisette Michele because she sang at the inauguration. Okay, 1, did you actually watch it? Did you actually watch her performance? Because again, a lot of the stuff that people are like, well, she should have said something about Black Lives Matter. And she's like, well, I did. So I haven't watched it. Again, wasn't a Chrisette Michele fan to start with. So, and I don't watch any of the inaugurations. I didn't watch Obama's when all the Black celebrities came out of the woodworks. Like
I didn't watch y'all Queen fiance.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't when they grabbed everybody. When they grabbed everybody for the inauguration, like it was an episode of Empire, I didn't watch that either. Okay, but I'm saying like, y'all, like, did you watch it? Because a lot of stuff you're like, why didn't you do this? I did. Well, why didn't you do this? I did. Well, why didn't you do this? I did. And that's another issue I have with society and culture in general is being so quick to hear somebody else tell you what happened, but you weren't there, and it's really available for you to watch. But you rather would just be, see, she didn't do, yes, she did. 5 minutes and 42 seconds into this, she did everything you're talking about right here. Oh, I didn't watch it, so shut up. Okay, that's number 1. So my question, I have questions like, did you actually watch it? No? Oh, okay. So y'all are mad because she sang at his inauguration. Yeah, but y'all are the same people complaining about wanting a seat at the table, right? So how does that make sense? Okay, no. Well, Trump hates Black people. Okay,
well,
okay.
We knew that.
Hold on. I'm gonna address it. Doesn't even matter. I'm gonna address it. Trump hates Black people. I'm not even gonna address the fact that he gave like millions of dollars to HBCUs for the next 10 years, including the 6 after his presidency, which means the money that people are still getting these 4 years of Biden and the next 2 of whoever's in there came from him. That's something else. And again, no, I'm not a Trump supporter. No, I'm not a Trump fan. I'm about facts and figures though. That's who I am, which is why I'm not a very popular person. My thing to Chrisette Michele and that is, again, the complaining about, oh, well, did you watch it? No, then shut up. Okay, you wanted a seat. Well, she was there, but you claim you want a seat at the table. She had a seat at the table and you're complaining about it. Oh, well, Trump is a known racist and Trump doesn't like Black people, so she shouldn't have been there. Stop. In the 1960s, when they desegregated schools, then white kids really hated Black people. But you support Ruby Bridges, right? She got whole movies and everything else. You supported your great-grandfather, your grandfather, your great-grandfather, your grandmother. And I know someone who works in my company who was one of the first kids integrating North Carolina. His family stood behind him. The community stood behind him. So the community, the Black community in the 60s stood behind these Black kids going where they were definitely hated, beat on, spit on, thrown stuff at them. And that was okay. We still celebrate that today. Again, Ruby Bridges got whole movies. We talk about because of them, we can. Yeah, we need to. Yeah, because of them. They really, you want to talk about hate? That was Jim Crow culture, was hating Black people. And y'all celebrate. But Chrisette Michele goes and sings at this dude's inauguration and you cancel her because she shouldn't have been there because he hates Black people. Okay, then by that logic, Ruby Bridges shouldn't have been there because they hate Black people. They hated Black people. You shouldn't go into probably your local store that's white owned because, oh, okay. You probably shouldn't go into that Walmart then Down the street, right? Oh, okay. You probably shouldn't go into one of the liquor stores that you go to. Oh, but you're gonna keep. Oh, right, right. You probably shouldn't be on that cell phone that you are either. But that's different. Wait, oh, that's you right. That's different. Don't do that. Like that's my thing. When you want to cancel a person, really look at the totality and ask yourself questions. Ask more questions. Again, I'm truly not a Chrisette Michele fan. My issue with her being canceled specifically was it made no sense logically. And I guess that's my other thing to my third point. Be logical. A lot of cancel culture was emotional.
I need y'all to get out your feelings. Like we literally raise our children to control their emotions, to step out of their emotions, to do the right thing. A lot of times doing the right thing is not based off of your emotion. Most times it's not, because it's things that I know that I want to do that ain't right, period. I'm gonna just be honest. So you can't base what's right off your emotion. But you know, that's a whole nother conversation, doing the right thing versus what feels good.
If we all did everything based off our emotions,
we are not about to touch that, because that right there is a vine for a hoe. No,
like, but you can't. So my thing with cancel culture is
that there.
Like we gotta with cancel culture, man. I'm glad it's dying, if not dead. I really haven't heard much about it.
I feel like it has, and that's what I say. I feel like it raced and it was here for a long time. And I feel like it's still here to an extent. However, I do feel like we as a people have started to use those same tools that cancel culture used to push their motives and agendas. We have started to challenge those a bit more. We have started to see more people step out and say, hey, well, wait a minute. Well, what about this, that, and the other? And I feel like that's where we are now. It's the combative thing. And I see that on like TikTok, especially, like, because my TikTok algorithm is crazy. Like, I don't even know what's what. It's crazy. But and I feel like more people like us, more people who can step out of emotion and think logically and put 1 + 1 and 2 together. You know what I'm saying? Have started to go, well, wait a minute now. Like, I understand how we feel, but what makes sense? Like, what gets us to the solution, or where it was a gap somewhere that y'all missing, and that's relative and very pertinent information. We can't just skip over that. So I feel like there are more of those people starting to speak out. So cancel culture has started to die down as one. But the other part of that is cancel culture was canceling so much stuff so fast. Every time we turned around, something new was being canceled. People literally got tired. They got exhausted because they couldn't keep up. But see, that's what happens with negativity. That's what happens. Same thing when we were in school, we were talking about rumors. With so many rumors about so-and-so keeps coming, we can't keep up, so we stop caring. Mm-hmm. Because nobody's going to keep all of this in track. And eventually people go, wait a minute. Now, if she did that and that, then how's she going to do that? Because that don't make sense. She can't do that if she did that, huh? So facts.
Especially when those rumors or those cancels become real petty. And they lack, to your point, they lack substance.
Right. So I feel like because of that, it has died down now. And we are, as they would quote unquote say, this is not on trend, but we're speaking about it because although it has died down now, we know that there can be an uprising at any point, and we just want people to be aware of things, just to keep in mind when we start to hear the crazy, whacked out headlines of stories, you know, and things that come about. And be careful of the words that we're saying and what we're putting out there and what we're pushing. Words have power. We know that. And I know we say, you hear that all the time and you think, oh, but you take it lightly. No, literally, words have power. Like, not just power to change they have power to change things, not just negatively, but they have power to change things positively. They have power to impact something even to its slightest, where it may change somebody's complete perspective of something. So I need us to be a lot more aware of the words we're using, how we're using, and the agendas that we're pushing, and question yourself. And that's what I got in reference to when you start thinking about cancel culture.
My only thing to add to that is be an independent thinker. That's it, really. Think for yourself and stop trying to look for validation in bandwagons. You have to be okay to go against the grain. Be okay to stand on your own and stand by, your own
beliefs,
your own convictions.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we will say, these are sounding so good. Cheers to that. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you made it through the episode, we are now at the point where we do our wine reviews on our Popping Grapes experience. So, Siobhan, let us know, how was your Gewurztraminer?
I'm confused by them, but okay. So what I was gonna say is, okay, so on the back, it just says, something about nature and grapevines reaching to each other, and that it causes perfect harmony, and that this is a blend from distinctive vineyards. So I'm curious of their process, because what does that mean? I guess I'm curious now.
It through the grapevine.
Yeah, like what are your two vines?
That's what they mean.
But it said this has notes of tangerine, rose, peach, and cloves. Y'all, here's why I said I'm petty. I don't know if y'all be able to see that. Oh, y'all see this thing right here? What? That's supposed to be a peach. When I first saw it, it looked like some lady parts, y'all. It looked like if you were laying down at the gyno office, like it looks like that. Listen, I told y'all who I am. I said at the beginning of this, like, y'all, I didn't want to start the episode that way. I didn't want to start like that. I didn't want to start like that. So I'm gonna end like this because I didn't want to start like that. So I was like, oh. But yes, it said notes of tangerine, rose, peach, and cloves. I actually enjoyed this. Yeah, I y'all, I gotta get another taste. I'm sorry, that like threw me. I don't know. But that was where I tell y'all, I'm gonna be honest. So the smell is clovey. Like I smell the clove in tangerine. I don't smell the other stuff.
Do you taste the peach?
I think I do. You know what? I do though. Like that's the sweet part that comes in, and then the rose comes in like a little bit, and then the peach smooths it out. So I do, because when I looked at this, I said, "Oh, baby." Because the image threw me two vines. Y'all threw me a little bit. Okay. It's probably a light to medium body. It does have the rose on the end, on the beginning, and the peach in the middle, and then the tangerine comes in at the end. I don't taste the clove as much.
The peach is in the middle.
I would say this is a sweet. Yeah, the peach is in the middle. I would say this is shut up. I would say this is a semi-sweet. I really liked it. I really liked it. I would give it a 3.25. I can't quite jump to the 5, but it's better than it's better than average. But I can't quite. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. 3.5. I could give it a 3.5. I think it would be a solid 3.5 if I had this with food. I don't really know what, but it's not something heavy, probably like a lamb or something like that kind of meat for the peach. I'm done. I'm so childish, y'all. I'm sorry.
It's okay, because my brain was just going. That's why I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, "Ooh, this is easy." Nope.
It's just so much there to unpack.
I was blocking temptation.
So much there. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get myself together. Okay, so for this, what is this? Eroica.
Eroica. I don't know.
We don't know.
It's erotica without the T.
Right. Yeah,
that's what this episode. Apparently, that's what the wines of this episode are about. I don't know.
Yeah. So this here Riesling. This here Riesling with the combination of Chateau Saint Michele and Dr. Lucen. This is a good Riesling. Wait. I should put my glasses on. This wine showcases elegant purity of truly great Riesling. Sourced from cool climate vineyards. Nope. Yep, that's it. Right now, experience the youthful charm or age of this wine. It is labeled as a medium dry, which is true. And you get it at the end, like the very end. This is actually a great Riesling. It has, when I say ever so slight bubble to it, ever so like very, very little bubble. Like I said, oh, I saw bubbles. It's not that bubbly, foamy. No, it's subtle, and it's probably on the end where you feel the bubble. I had to stop myself from drinking this because I am on my health journey, restricting myself for so much of certain things. This right here is going to get a good 4.25. I can't give it a 4.5 completely, but this is a 4.25. I did enjoy this. This actually reminds me of the wine that I had for my wedding.
Oh.
And that's when I first tasted. I was like, I feel like I've tasted it before. However, I know this was not that, but it is very, very similar to it. In fact, when that was the first Riesling that I had when and Siobhan actually chose it at my tasting for the food. She was like, oh, they have Riesling. I was like, yep, never had it. And when I had it, I was like, oh, this is good. Like this, because I was drinking thought juice because it was sweet. And all I knew was wine was supposed to be bitter. Again, this was also me in my 20s. Thinking, okay, well, fine, I'll do Moscato because it's sweet, which is probably why I don't like it now, because I've had other wines and I'm like, that's too much. This is great. So with that being said, when I tasted this reminded me of my very first Riesling, and I love the Riesling that we had at my wedding. In fact, I probably should call them and try to find out what that was. That was about some years ago now, but right. But so if you're going to a party and you need a talking piece, this will be a good one because most people will pronounce this erotica and there's no T. So you can ha ha, he, and move on and talk about it and da 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 da. But if you're looking for a good Riesling, this is it. My rating for this is a 4.25. And I really enjoyed it. Like, it's gonna take a lot for me not to.
It's only gotta make it to like next week.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's that. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, if you've had either of these wines, please like, comment below. If you know another wine that you have to suggest, let us know in the comments. We're always looking to try new wines, new companies, new vineyards. Y'all, we go places. We have vlogs for a period of time. So if you have any suggestions, just comment below. We'll be sure to like them, comment back, and all that jazz. Be sure to join us each and every Wednesday right here for more laughs, more fun, and of course, more wines. Join us every last Saturday of the month for our wine outs, our Saturday wine tastings, right here on YouTube and on our Instagram page. If you're not following us, that is at a little something, the number 2, wine about. And we will see you next week. So just remember, as always,
There's nothing wrong with a little wine.
or lots, or lots, or lots.
Bottles popping. Get them bottles popping. Okay.
So does y'all. See y'all next week.